A warning in a new report if you spend a lot of your week at work.
Yeah, Liz Bonus joins us to explain. Liz.
Hey guys, I know we're all speaking to the crowd here. Those long work hours have now been linked to a higher risk for stroke. Those who worked long hours for a decade or more had up to a 45% increased risk of stroke. Dr. Andy Ringer of Mayfield Brain and Spine showed us images today. A stroke is an injury to the brain, which can happen for a number of reasons. This study about work comes from the American Heart Association's journal Stroke. And after reviewing information on more than 140,000 people, they found about 1 in 3 reported working long hours. 1 in 10 reported working those kinds of hours for at least 10 years. Those working longer hours for any length of time had a stroke risk jump nearly 30%. But those working those hours longer in the 10-year time period had the 45% increase. Longer hours defined as more than 10 hours for at least 50 days a year. But a word of caution before you blame the hours, according to Dr. Ringer.
I would caution people to not necessarily draw the conclusion that the number of hours is somehow mathematically related to your risk of stroke. There are a lot of other factors that might come into play. So, for example, a lot of people who work long hours do not choose to do so, but have to do so. And this can lead to mood disorders, depression. If you work long hours, sometimes you don't eat well. You eat what's available in the break room, not the healthy diet that might be better for you. There are a lot of other things that might add additional risk factors, and so it may be an association of long work hours and the other things that it does to you that might increase your risk of stroke.
So this study did show that association, not the cause and effect. And the other thing that's really interesting is previous studies about work and heart disease or heart attack is about whether or not you feel like you have any say in your job, especially in decision making.
Okay.
So some of it is not necessarily how long you work, it's what you feel while you're working. There's a physical feeling that comes over when you feel like you can't control anything. And so they say there's a lot of truth in, either taking on more responsibility, feeling like you can contribute, that kind of thing. The other thing is that when you're at work, and I know this, it cuts into your workout time, all the other things, the habits that sort of come with it.
Makes sense,
so, it was just kind of an interesting thought. And I always want to say, like, oh, it's just the hours, but if you love what you're doing.
Well, no, but I mean, you're so right about when you feel like you have control, and if you feel like you have a job where you can take a break or take a call, but not everyone can do that.
That's
and they have someone watching them constantly. That would add stress.
Yeah, and lots of times you're working more than one job for financial stress, and we know financial stress adds to it too. So lots
we
of
all
things.
love what we do, by the way.
Yeah. And we would do it lots of hours.
Yes, indeed.
Some of us do. All right, we're coming back. And speaking of that, come back at 5:30. You remember last week I had you sign the beam at St. Elizabeth Cancer Center? They raised that today.
Oh, nice.
We're going to show it to you.
Okay, cool.
Wrapped up in love.
All right, thanks, Liz. All right.